Hola bookworms! So today I'm gonna do my reading vlog. It's gonna be through a whole week, maybe a week and a half, it depends. Basically, I decided to go back with a reading vlog because it's been a while. It's been like maybe 2 months that I have done one. But also I do have like some fun bookish related events. For example, I'm going to a book event tomorrow. And then I definitely need to go to a used bookstore this week because there's so many books that I want to unhaul. So maybe I go there, get some store credit, may or may not buy some books right away. Maybe I wait until after I move to like go back and buy some books. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the next week. I do have some things that I want to get through reading wise before the end of the month. But the first priority for today is Ce que je sais de toi de Éric Chacour. What I Know About You by Éric Chacour. I think it's already been translated. I'll put the cover here. I really need to, that's the book event I'm going to tomorrow. And yes, I procrastinated the whole last week to reading it. I kept putting myself some like time to focus on it and I just never did. And it's completely my fault. I have no one else to blame. So yes, and today and tomorrow it's gonna be my main focus. I barely read it. I'm only 40 pages in and it is a almost 300 page book. So it's quite a few hours. I read a lot slower in French. I don't know why. I feel like my word processing is just way faster in English. I grew up with French. I studied in French. I still speak French. My work is only French. There's no reason for me to have such a hard time reading fast in French, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on this. It means lunchtime, I'm reading this. After work, I'm reading this. And then before going to bed, I'm reading this. And it's gonna be the same for tomorrow. I'll try my best, honestly. I'll try my best to focus on it. I'm having such a hard time focusing on like one book nowadays. I feel like I need to jump from book to book in the same day. I don't know why. But yes, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm only 40 pages in and it's too soon for me to give any thoughts. What I can say is that it stars in the 80s in Egypt and you follow this main character that the way it's written, I forgot what it is, like first person. So he says tu a lot, like you a lot, as if he's talking to himself, but it's you. So that's not a type of like POV that I get to read that much. We follow it in the 80s when he's a young kid, and then we kind of, from what I see so far, we kind of switch from like him in his 20s, then him in his 30s, and then now we're back to, for example, in the next chapter, we're back to him as a teenager. So we kind of move in time like that. And now I feel like now we're getting kind of a sense of what was going on. Not only his family, but basically where they're living. So the political environment also. I personally am not that aware of all that history, which makes me more curious to kind of learn more about it. Because the event is tomorrow, I don't think I'll have time to just like stop and research. If I do, I will. Maybe like right before the event or something, but it's definitely a history that I think it's so fascinating in Cairo in the 80s. And even like before, I feel like we're at the 80s where like kind of like the established of what's happening and like all that happened. But to read it from like, I think they were saying like there's a lot of Armenian that came in the 20s and all of that. So I feel like that's an interesting part of history if I take it like just focused on Cairo and all the different migrations that happen around the city. I think it would be so interesting. But yes, I digress. That's just the nerd in me, but that's for another time. Now I really need to focus on this book. So my morning is basically over because again, procrastinated in bed. So now I'm basically just gonna tie my ponytail, maybe put on some mascara and get ready for work. So that's basically my morning, honestly. And finding a way to like have this in my bedroom because this is the first time I do this setup. I just did my mascara. I don't think that you can see it too much, but just opens my eyes a little bit more. It makes me feel slightly less tired. This is I'm staying at home. I'm not doing anything else productive. So I'm not putting any makeup, you know, like it's gonna be all pimply and hydrated though, because I'm trying a new pimple cream and it's like apparently super dehydrating and everything on the skin. So I hydrated my skin extra today. I also cannot be exposed to the sun with it. Like now I'm not like exposed directly, but I have to keep that in mind. If I do, I'll put some sunscreen on. And yes, oh, and apparently today is Blue Monday and it's supposed to be the most depressive day. Now, I think January is the most depressive month in general. And you know what? Life has been hard, and I can understand why it would be the most depressive day. But honestly, yesterday I realized that it was 4:40 and it wasn't like night dark outside. And I felt a glimmer of hope. I was like, oh my God, so soon we will have sun until like 5 p.m. And just that honestly made my day. It pushed me to have like a better mindset for the rest of the day. And yeah, it's fun. It's like the days are getting longer. How could this be the saddest? The saddest should be like December 22nd, when it's like the next day after the shortest day, because it's still, again, super short. That should be the Blue Monday or whatever. But yeah, to anyone who has needs for like mental health, you know, take care of yourself. Mental health is really important. I personally started going to therapy because not just for myself, it's just like in this current kind of event in my life, I really needed like external help. I mean, it helps also that I have my friends and I can talk to, so also surround yourself and like talk to your close ones. That's like the first easy right away help you could get, in a sense of like moral support, emotional support, and having like people being there for you. And then if you see it's not enough and everything, you could always go with like therapy or mental health, you know, other resources you could have. And I'll put some in the description actually. You know, I don't think it's de trop. I think if you're someone that's like hesitating, maybe these could help you. So, lunchtime. I'm not really hungry. I ate like breakfast late during my break, so now I'm just having my little coffee. Look at this view. So yes, now coffee and reading time, and I really need to focus because while I was eating, I was on my phone the whole time. Like I really spent a lot of my free time on my phone, which I really hate that I'm going to this bad habit. But yes. Now I'm focusing on this. So I was half successful. I spent a third of my lunchtime on my phone. I just in and out of the book. I don't know. I finished like they're tiny chapters, so I felt like I would finish one and then be on my phone and then like get back to it. So I have successful lunchtime. I thought I would read more. I'm only 60 pages in, so I still have so much to read. And again, I read way slower in French. And the story is interesting, though. I have to say, like, it's really pulling me back. Honestly, if it had been a book I liked, I think I would have spent most of my lunch on the phone and not reading. So I think it has that going for it. But yeah, there's so much to read and so little time. But anyways, so that's for my lunch, and I'll get back to work. And then after work, I think I really need to go to a cafe and like just, if I can at least read until like halfway through. Like if I can get halfway through, that'd be great, honestly. And I don't know if it's realistic because I don't want to stay like over 2 hours at a cafe either. So I'll see how much I can get. But if I can get close to halfway through, that'd be great. And then I can just force myself back home to like read a little more. And yes, tomorrow it's kind of, oh my God, tomorrow's gonna be busy. But yes, I really need to finish this before tomorrow, 7 o'clock. So we'll try. I'm doing this to be accountable to finish it. Hi! So, today, for the next day, did I read? No. Did all my plans change for the week? Yes. And so this vlog is kind of being hijacked by this whole packing thing. So yes, long story short, we're selling the house, which means that for buyers to come, I need to pack all the knickknacks and everything, which I have a lot of. And yes, thankfully, I have beautiful people in my life that are gonna help me. But yes, I just, it's a lot. So because I'm doing a lot of packing, some alone, but I'm guessing at least half of it will be like with friends, I will not read as much this week. Might try to focus on the reading to like unwind because I'm like very on edge. And this is gonna be a vlog of my outlet, so moving might be a weird vlog, but let's call it a moving / reading vlog, because I feel like this is like part 1 of my moving. So yes, it's gonna be a little bit my outlet, this vlog, but also I'll try to squeeze in some reading. Definitely will do, I think, most of it on audiobook, especially if I'm packing alone. That's probably what I'll do. And even then, if I'm too distracted, what I'll probably do is just put music. So even then, not sure how much I'm gonna read, which is fine. Anyway, I expected the next few months to be less about like reading time and more about like life events that are taking all of my mental space. But yes, so I won't go to the book event that I really wanted to go. It's just my mind isn't there, and I won't disconnect enough because it's so fresh right now, the stress and overwhelm. I don't think I'll be even remotely there to enjoy the interview of Eric Chacour, which I think is very unfortunate, but you know, hopefully I get to do, you know, those book events in the next few months or whatever. So that's not gonna happen. I was a bit of on a roll yesterday night because I read a little bit before going to sleep, but then I got distracted again, and yeah, I still try to prioritize to finish it this week because I'm really enjoying it. So much happening. It's so packed. I'm not even halfway there yet. I think I'm like a third of the book there, and so much has happened in the third. Like, we've got so much information, like not just about the character and his family and like the other side characters that show up, but like also about like culturally and like his community and everything. So I really enjoy it. I think it's still gonna be my priority book, so I might still, you know, get to review it before the end of my reading vlog. I'll just do like a weekly though, just because my moving stuff, it's definitely gonna take more than a week, so you'll get another vlog for that too. And yeah, this is a big change of event. I'm a go with the flow kind of person, I guess, now, and yep, this is happening. I don't know that I'll vlog when I'll plug with my friends, because I don't know if they're gonna mind me filming them. If they don't mind, I might film a little bit, but if they do, I'll just show you guys the progress of like how's it going. It's a lot happening here. Yeah, to tell you to the point of what, like how I'm stressed, I am not even gonna go to the gym. I mean, I might go at night since I'm not going to the event, but I usually like to do gym at my lunch hour because like it's more empty and I just get to like get the machines and everything. My mind is not there. My mind is racing, and I know that just being stuck in the gym, not being able to like note down all the things I have to do or do the things I have to do, like send the documents I need to send and like have the conversations and like set up some like planning of like how I'm gonna pack, where do I start and everything, it's gonna drive me up the wall if I can do that. So right now, this moment, gym is not the answer. Maybe tonight, I'll see. Maybe I go on a long walk or something. It's so cold though. It's like I prefer going to the gym than doing the long walk because it's like -20 right now, and even with my winter gear, I know I will freeze if I do a long walk, so I'm probably not gonna do that. It's not an option, but yeah. So yes, that's my level of overwhelmness, and it's fine. It happened. I don't know that it's gonna happen again. Hopefully not, but it's happening now, and like we need to deal with it. So yes, I'll catch you up either in a next reading update or when I start packing finally. So yes, I'll see you later. Hi. So we're about to get real personal today because this is now noon. I'm having my lunch, which I will at least like cook something healthy-ish. I'm gonna do bok choy. I actually watched this documentary a few days ago about, what was it? I'll put it here, but something like gut, like know your gut, something like that. It was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. And what I did get out of it, which is one that's like the easiest thing for me to that's applicable for my lifestyle and like what I think I could do. It's to integrate like a different variety of veggies and fruits in my system, just for like my gut biome, my gut health, and the microbes that are there to like really help me, you know, get more out of vitamins, proteins, get the most out of any kind of enzyme that they would need. So anyway, you know, science. Basically, watch the documentary. It was very interesting. Like, it's not too long, so I will try. I'm trying to make a list of like different type of veggies and fruits that I have, and they say if you have until like from 20 to 30 different variety per week. Is it per week or per month? I think it's per week, which is ambitious, I have to say. 20 may be more doable. So I did do my grocery in that sense. So for example, for lunch I'm having bok choy because I haven't had that in a while, and you know, this week I think I'm gonna add more veggies. I am having a very bad week, and like emotionally speaking, like this morning I didn't read because I was crying and I cried all morning, and then just had to like answer messages because I'm still a responsible adult, and send messages because I'm still, you know, I still have responsibilities and things to do, and I still worked. But yes, it's been tough, and I feel like it's gonna be a tough few weeks going forward. So maybe not much reading. Hopefully I still read a little bit. I have to say I also went into like a spiral of like how awful it has been since Trump's inauguration thing, and like all the things that happened, all the things that he's doing, not doing, the craziness of having billionaires behind him. And anyways, and him appointing anyone in like his office. So regardless of that, reading is political, I'm just gonna say that, and I wanna do maybe a video about that, but that's for another time, another day. Right now the next 2 weeks will be all about packing and cleaning the house to make it ready for like to sell. And it's very overwhelming, I have to say. It's very, very overwhelming. But again, I'm very lucky. I have very amazing people around me, so I know that I'm not alone. And I will start crying again. Wait. Can do this. So yes, just doing a little update because I don't know when I will do an update next. Let me show you all the boxes that I got though, because I got a bunch of boxes. So we have boxes here, boxes there, boxes here, boxes that fell, and then boxes upstairs. And yeah, and I am getting more boxes today. I need to go tomorrow I'm getting more boxes. Basically we'll pack all this evening, and maybe I think we're all gonna wind down with my friend, either with TV or a board game, something, you know, something to just like because yes, we're all going through it. Life is being life, and it's being awful to all of us, so whatever. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm moving a lot. I don't do vlogs like this. I usually like set the camera and talk. But yes, now first thing first, I need my first meal of the day, bok choy. So we're gonna go make that.
I think the Indian Ocean is the strongest.
Yes, my son of my eye, the star of my eye, holding on to it like this.
I brought my own drone to Mexico.
That's what I'm saying. You like the drones in New Jersey. It was so ridiculous. But I don't really...
3 to 4 minutes. In a pan, add in vegetarian oyster sauce, soy sauce, garlic, sesame oil, a pinch of sugar. Let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes. Drizzle on the sauce.
The Spanish, I've realized, is from
Limited.
a High School Musical.
Yes, you kept saying...
The recipe turned out pretty good. I mean, recipe is a big word. It was like the easiest thing I've done from Instagram, but I am trying to actually do the recipes that I save on Instagram. So that's like my little thing that I'm doing right now, especially because I'm trying to eat more veggies. So, you know, I choose like recipes accordingly and everything. But eating a whole bag of bok choy, no matter how small it was maybe a mistake. And there's not a lot of protein in it, but I'm eating a lot of like peanuts and macadamia nuts too. So like hopefully I get some protein, and I will eat protein at night. Anyways, that's too much information, I guess. Yes, now we're going back to work. And actually, let me talk to you about this audiobook that I'm listening to. Like, we might as well talk about books. So let me talk about my current read. I have less than an hour left. So it's Colored Television by Danzy Senna. and I'm just gonna hope it focus. And I don't know, I'm having mixed feelings with this book because without spoiling anything, you follow this character that's neither lovable or unlovable, so she's just kind of meh. And she's married, she has 2 kids, and she's finishing a book. She's a writer, and then he's an artist, and they have their 2 kids, and they're both mixed race. And I think that was maybe the most interesting part, is their conversation about like how, sorry, I have like little sun catchers, so I have like rainbow stuff on my face. It's weird. So yeah, those were conversations that were interesting, I think, because they're both biracial and they, you know, discuss about how they want to raise their kids. And I think that's like a very fair, valid point and very interesting, you know. And that was nice, but their couple dynamic is weird. And in a sense, it's like being biracial kind of plays a part of it, but also I think it's the whole like social economics, like where they both come from, and then also the fact that like what do they want out of life, like what's their dream and goal in the end. And I feel like if you're married that long and have 2 kids, it's a weird conversation to have. I mean, I guess it happens, but I don't know, I feel like 2 kids would like really bring you down to earth of like, yeah, we need to like see if this is what we want. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not judging that part, but it's just like, it's just peculiar because that's kind of a part of the story, which I think it's a little boring, except those conversations. I think it's a little boring. Like if I were to read it with any other character, I would be so bored. And I don't think the point that comes out of this book also, that's, sorry, I'm doing a parenthèse, but I'm doing a parenthèse. How do I? Parentheses? Yes, a parentheses. Is that the point of this book I feel like wants to make, and it does, but not in an interesting way, is that, well, you know, not biracial is like not your whole identity. Like you have everyday problems, everyday issue, and you just happen to be biracial. Which on some level, I guess. But then it does play a part, right? Like it's part of like how they want to raise their kids and like how they grew up and what they want to like impart to their kids and not impart to their kids, and like make sure that like they grow up in a way that is better for them than maybe what they lived. So that's interesting and that's different. You know, that's very particular because they're biracial, they're having this conversation. But other than that, yeah, I agree. It is like a normal story, you know, like a writer that's having a writer's blog, an artist that, you know, is kind of like living his life with it. They're having issues, like their son they think has autism or something like that. So they're getting him like tested and everything. They're going to couples therapy. Like it's all very mundane, if I could say it like that. But I don't think it's the way to prove the point. And anyways, I like that's my very honest opinion, and very non-objective in the sense of like this is how I'm feeling, because objectively it's well written. Objectively it's an interesting view of LA, because that's also the other part of the story, like the third block of the story. The first being just that the first we're talking about like the family dynamics, her being a writer and everything. The second is like it's the focus on biracial, but also not focusing on them being biracial. Like there's like a disconnect sometimes in like between chapters. And the third is like it's set in LA, and they're kind of in this whole world of like TV show writers, other artists. And I'm just like, it's so not a world that I care about. Like I know about it because I like listen to podcasts about like TV show writers, and even writers, you know, like book writers, I follow some of it and I follow the process, and it's something that I find very interesting. But this LA lifestyle of it, it's so not something I find interesting. I think it's so fake in so many ways. And at the same time, I'm like, you do you, right? Like everyone's allowed to like live their dreams and whatever. But I just, yeah, it's so not a part of like, it's so not a subject that I care about, that again, I was just like, like, I guess. And I don't know, it was just, I personally just don't think it was the book for me. I honestly don't know who the book would be for. I guess if you're a biracial TV show writer, might be like just your cup of tea. But I feel like books should be a little bit more, they should show you things in a more interesting way. Like the whole like LA and TV show writing and everything, maybe I would have found something interesting, you know? So far I'm thinking that it's just not for me, and it's been proven, I guess, in some way that it's just not for me and that I will never find it interesting. And like normal family dynamics, when there's no real development or conflict, or there's nothing that plays in it. So like a romance is different, I guess, a mystery is different, magical realism is different, you know, like if it has something, I enjoy it. But just as like contemporary family story, it's very rarely like something that's gonna click for me, honestly. So maybe that's why also, you know, that's why maybe it wasn't for me. And yeah, I don't know, I'm finishing it anyway because I really thought it was gonna go somewhere. So I was really like waiting for the shoe to drop, and then it never did. So now I'm just finishing it, and I think I will just give it a 3-star. I don't think I enjoyed it more than that, you know. Definitely not a 4-star, because, you know, when I rate it, it's also for my enjoyment. Like I'm not a professional reviewer, so of course when I review my books, it's a big part is my enjoyment of it because it's my hobby. And honestly, I didn't enjoy it as much. Thought it would be more interesting. Like it could have dug more into like the writer's maybe lifestyle, or I don't know, just there's something missing to it. I don't know. I don't remember where I saw it. I think I saw it in like Goodreads debut maybe like list. It didn't win, but yeah, I don't think it won. No, I don't think it won. And I don't know. So anyways, I'll finish it. And because I think I'm mostly gonna do audiobooks for the next few like weeks, the next one that I have that I can't wait to read, it's The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Let me just, so I have the audiobook. It's only 5 hours. I don't think I'll listen to it faster than maybe 1.25, just because I feel like it's those kind of books that I really want to sink in the words and everything. So that's gonna be my next audiobook. I can't wait to read it. That's it for my audiobooks. Now I'm gonna get back to work. So it's been a few days. I think I haven't touched my camera in 4 or 5 days, almost a week. It's been almost a week since I last did an update. So yes, it's been quite chaotic. I've been feeling like crap, emotionally, mostly, a bit physically, but I'm feeling like better. I don't have like a cough or anything, but like some days I just had like a stuffy nose, or sometimes my throat felt a little weird. And like today it's more like I feel like there's like a headache coming that's like right on the verge of. So yeah, I haven't been feeling physically too great, but thank God no sickness yet. And it was more like mentally, emotionally, it's been super draining the last few days. I'm super lucky though. I really had like my friends to help me during the weekend, and I keep packing and I keep doing like little to-dos that I have to do, and whew, it's a lot. It's really a lot. It's been a lot. So I haven't read as much. Like mentally, my brain is just not there for like physical reading, especially. Wait, I think you're a little askew. Yeah, I haven't been able to like physically read a lot, so that's been not a problem, but I'll have a lot of physical reads ongoing, so it's making me feel a little stuck. Although I did finish an audiobook, which I would have finished days ago, but again, even for audiobooks, I feel like I've had like a hard time with. But anyways, so I finished, what was I? Oh, actually, you guys are late. So I was finishing color television when I did the last update. And yeah, you know, it ended weird. And no, I'm not spoiling anything. It's just, I don't even think I like the ending, really. So it's a 3-star for me. I don't know. I'd have to see reviews. I would be very interested in seeing other people's opinion on this book. Because I can't necessarily pinpoint, like I talked about it before, but I still can't necessarily pinpoint what I hated. I just know that I didn't love it, or that I wasn't, and that I wasn't really like so interested in it. Like there was nothing really pulling me back in the story. Like if it hadn't been an audiobook, I think I would have DNF'd it. So there's that. And then I started The Dead Cat Tales Assassin by P.J. Lee Clark, and I started and finished it. I finished it yesterday. Really enjoyed it. This was so fun. It was only 7-8 hours, so I guess it's like a novella size, and it was so entertaining. I love that it was just this escape for me of fantasy novella with all the quirkiness of it. And I think I haven't read a lot of P.J. Lee Clark's that aren't set in this Caro setting, you know, like the other series that he has, and like the novellas are like related and everything. Like I feel like I haven't read one that isn't set in all of that, so it felt completely different for him, and I was curious to see like if it would work, and it worked for me. I really enjoyed it. I have very little bad thing to say. I don't think it's an all-time favorite, and I think some things will stick out to me, but I don't know. I'd have to like sit with it. For now, I put it like at 3.75. It's like, it was a fun novella. Of course, like if you were to do other novellas set in this world with like even more world building and maybe more explorations of what was happening towards the end, I would enjoy it. Like I think a follow-up to that, whether it's companion or a prequel or a sequel, I'd be so interested in it. And I think it would build up as a series for me. But as it is a very fun novella, I would recommend it if you want a fun fantasy novella. It's just so entertaining, and it's like, it's assassins, so it's like, you know, they're like sassy, and it's not too gory or anything. I don't think so. So I think, you know, don't let that deter you. But I really like the main character. I love some of the side characters. I think that's the thing. I think I wanted more out of the story, like more out of the side characters and more about the world building, and like it was still enough for me to enjoy it, but I wish I had more, you know. I feel like it's almost, I was like eager to be more time with these characters and everything. So yes, really fun, so fun. It's like so glad that I read it. So there's that. And then this morning I started The Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher, and that one is a longer one, and I think it's part of either a trilogy or a series. But anyway, so that's volume 1, and I'm enjoying it. It's going by quickly, so I feel like I'm like still catching up on the story. Like I just started maybe like, I don't know, half an hour, maybe not even an hour anyways. So yeah, I'm not like super into it. I cannot tell you now if I like it or not. It's way too soon to tell. So maybe I'll try to update when I'm like halfway there. So far so good. I really enjoy it. I'm curious to see where it goes. And I like T. Kingfisher's writing, so I'm enjoying it so far. Sorry, oh my god, sorry. My mind is like all over the place today too. There's just so much to take care of, and it's very stressful. And I thought moving apartments was hard. Honestly, selling a house is so crazy. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and there's so many things to think about and so many things to do. And yeah, it's a lot. I guess in other circumstances it wouldn't be this hard, but regardless. So, physical reading. I'm still in the middle of the same ones. So I have Ce que je sais de toi by Éric Jacquot. So this one again has been translated. There is What I Know About You by Éric Jacquot if you want to read it in English. I'm very tense because I'm at a tense moment and I don't know where it's going, and I have been tabbing it. It just, some things are just so quotable, and sometimes I put post-it on things where I'm like, what the? So yes, and it's hitting close to home. Like it's hitting close. If you read it, we can like gossip about it. But if you haven't, yeah, I won't say anything. But yeah. I feel for Mira. And anyways, so, but yes, this is the point of view of Tarek. That's the main character. I'm almost halfway through, but it reads so easy. Like once I read, unless I have something, like usually when I stop it's because I have something else to do after or I'm falling asleep. But otherwise, like it's not a book that I want to put down because it reads really well. I'm very impressed by Eric Chaco's writing. There's just something that flows, and it's packed right. It's not flowery in that sense, yet it's like very beautiful writing. But it's not like, it doesn't extend on things unnecessarily, or just, I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm really, really enjoying the writing. So this one, yeah, none of this do I know when I'll finish them. I'm just going with the flow here in my reading, and whenever I have like the mental capacity to just sit down and read, and instead of like scrolling or whatever, doing other packings and stuff. So I listen to a lot of podcasts too, like, not, you would think like to learn things. I'm not there yet. Again, mental capacity is not there, so I'm not learning anything. They're like chismes, so like all gossip, but like people gossip and like people stories, and I just, what can I say? It brings me joy in this moment of craziness in my life. So if I'm not doing those, well then I can like focus on reading, but who knows when I'll finish it, truly. And then I have Nightmare Flower by Elizabeth Engstrom. And again, this one I have been reading for a while. Like it has to be a month now that I've been reading it, and it's not that I don't like it. Mind you, I don't read it at night because I had read it at night and it spooked the out of me. There's nothing like reading horror, like already horror scares me, but reading a horror alone in a big house, it just kills me. It kills me. It scares the out of me. I cannot. So I don't read it at night. I just read it at lunch or in the morning, but it's not happening. Especially the story just before was so creepy. So yes, it's not happening. And I think I'm pushing back, like picking it up again, because I only have 2 stories left, but they're 2 of the like on the longer side. I mean, Fogarty and Fogarty are just like, it's only like 30 or so pages, so I could definitely do that one. But then the last one is like this big chunk, you know, it's like, it's not a novella because it's only like 200 pages. Oh, well, actually it could be. Yeah, it is. No, it's 100 pages. It's not a novella because it's only 100 pages, but yeah, it's like the last big chunk that I'm like a little intimidated by. I feel like I'm like pushing back the moment of like finishing this. But yes, I really, a short novel, a novelette and a short novel. Yeah, those are the last 2 ones that I have. So yeah, but like I'm satisfied with the stories and the writing of the author, so I don't think I would not enjoy it. But because I read only her short format, like the really, really short stories, I guess I'm apprehensive to see if in a longer format I would still enjoy it. I guess we'll see with the novelette if it still like works for me. But yes, I only have 2 left. It's the 2 longest ones, so I'm basically just halfway done. And yeah, I kind of wish I spent time with it and like finish it. I do wanna get after the monster she wrote that's in this collection, because I just think they're so pretty. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Voila. Okay, so here, focus. I really love those this collection. It's so pretty. And so yeah, then there's Monster She Wrote, which is the classic, which is, they didn't have it there. I bought it at the Salon du Livre and they didn't have it, which is this. Yeah, so I want to finish it, of course. Oh wait, sorry. I of course want to finish it before I get it. And honestly, anyways, I am not buying books for the next foreseeable future. I did get some, and if my friends see this, they'll laugh, but I went to Used Bookstore to like give off like I unhaul a bunch of books, and I didn't do content on it because I didn't think it was gonna be interesting, because I don't know, it was just in a moment of getting rid of a lot of books. I got rid of like 100 or so books, most that I gave away to like friends, so that I was happy to be able to like give them, and then others that if they weren't interested, that I went to a used bookstore. They took a few of the books. I think like half of the books that I brought they took, so it gave me store credit, and with those store credit I did buy a couple of books. So because I knew it's like a flimsy little paper, and I just know myself, if I was gonna wait, I was gonna lose the paper and lose my store credit. Like it's just plus like on top of it, I'm moving, like of course I was gonna lose that paper. So I decided to just like go ahead and get the books. So I know, I feel like it's not so bad. I think I got 4 or 5 books instead of the 100 plus that I got rid of. I feel like it's a fair trade. And it's just, I have a problem, but it's not that bad. And yes, except those that I got, which I will do the haul actually in this video. I think it'll be fun. Except those, I am not buying any books for the foreseeable future, at least until I've moved to like my proper apartment. And I think even then, I'm not in a whole minimalistic kind of lifestyle at all, but I do want to be more like mindful of what I buy and to like curate my bookshelf a little bit more. So if I do end up buying books, I think I want to do like a one in, one out. So if I do, for example, I bought like, okay, I'll take the 100 out and like the 5 in as like equal, because you know it's just happening right now like that. But in the future, when I'll move and like start buying books if I'm interested in them, I think what I want to do is like one in, one out. And for that, what would help is for me to like read more for my bookshelves, which is why I'm kind of pissed that I'm not like, you know, getting time for my physical books, because that's the whole goal, you know, like I read them, and if I like them enough, like those two, unfortunately, I'm really enjoying them. So I would definitely keep them. But if there's other books that I want to read and then I'm just like, oh yeah, it was fun, it wasn't what I wanted or expected, or I didn't love it as much, well then I can just pass it to another person, like use bookstore, or just give it away or give it to a friend. And then to me, then it would start my whole like, well then I'm allowed to get one more book if it's that. It could even be more like even more books, like if I get 5 out then I get 1 in, just so I don't like keep this huge amount of books. And it's not that I don't like owning books, I love books. Like that's one of the only things that I actually collect and I really enjoy and love and like cherish. So it's not that I want to get rid of my collection, it's just that yeah, I want to kind of curate it, and because I don't expect to be settling somewhere specific for the next couple of years, and knowing that I'll have to move again and like in like another year, I don't want to always have to pack like thousands of books, you know, because that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like I think last time I counted, I did have more than 1,000 books, and I think I still do, even though I got rid of like 100. So yes, I enjoy my books, and yes, I really, really love them. But yes, I kind of want to balance it out a little so it's more realistic for the next few times that I'm gonna move, which I do expect to move at least 2-3 times in my like in the next foreseeable future. So I don't want to have to pack them again, like, and it's just so much. And like one day when I'll be like settled and like a happy home and everything, I feel like then I'll get to have like my whole library, and like, because it's okay, because then I'll be older and we'll be staying there, and if it's the one thing that I still collect and really enjoy and appreciate and cherish, then I will like go ahead and like continue my like growing my collection. For now, we're not doing this. For now, I'm keeping it real. It's not a no-buy book, because I know it's really popular right now, actually. And I want to say the mix of the economy and all that's happening politically, I feel like it's kind of pushing people to like really do those no-buy years, which, you know, more power to them. I'm not doing it. I am being like, I am trying to limit myself and like how much I consume, though, for sure. But a no-buy year just sounds insane to me. So even though I'm like very mindful to like, especially for clothes, I think it's way easier for me. Shoes also, like I'm very okay with like owning the amounts of shoes that I have and like wait for them to like really, really be unusable for me to like get rid of them. Because I'm able to do it in like other aspects of my life, I don't think a no buy is a necessity for me. A no takeout is a necessity for me, and which I've been good at, except for eating with my friends. I have been cooking almost every day, so that's nice. Yeah, so I'm trying to be like more strict about it, but it's not like a no buy year kind of thing. So yes, I'll keep you updated. Now I'm going to the gym and then I'm going back to work, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens today. So let's talk about the books that I got. I actually got 6. I know it's one more than I said I did. I said I got 5, and no, I got 6. So it's okay. It's okay. I think you know, getting rid of more than 100 and getting 6 back, it's not such a crazy trade. Just saying. I think it's okay. So let's start with the first one, which is Mon Mari by Maud Ventura. So this been translated. I think it's My Husband in English, and it's been quite popular actually. I've seen it in like a few of like lists out there, and even though I think this will hurt me and hit too close to home, I'm hoping there's like an ending where I can live vicariously through this character. Yes. Anyways, it'll be an interesting read. Maybe now it's too soon. I think it is. I think it might be too soon for me to read this, but I think I'll try to read it in like maybe in summer or something like that. I was intrigued way before about this book. I think it came out, when did it come out? 2021. Like I heard when it came out and everything. I follow some like French booktubers, so I've known about this for a while. It's just that right now might not be the best moment. Then I got Ana Thalberg by Eduardo San Garcia. So this is translated from Spanish. And this, I don't know too much about. I know it's gonna be witchy. I know that it's said in, oh, where did I see it? In a prison? I think witch prison. Like, I can't go wrong. I kind of like the whole like witch trial vibe, and like the dissection of how insane it was for men to just kill women on that pretense. That's just, this is what it is. So that one I'm very interested in, and I actually hadn't heard about it. Although I did, sometimes I gravitate towards like publishers that I know. So this is from Des Livres Phares, which is it a Quebec or is it a French publisher house? But I really like this publishing house. Like I've had a few of them. Yeah, it's from Canada. It's from Quebec. So yes, I do like some of their books. Some of them are like really intriguing and I want to get to them. So I want to get to this one. Then this is a bit of a guilty pleasure thing. Should I have gotten them both? No. But did I? Yes. So I got Akata Warrior and Akata Woman by Nnedi Okorafor. And I say guilty pleasure because I really like Nnedi Okorafor. I just really like this author. I loved Binti and like the whole trilogy. So I just know, I have this feeling that I will love this trilogy. And I have the first one, but yes, this is the 2 and 3. And yes, the first one is packed in my boxes already, so I'm definitely not going through these anytime soon. But it's okay, I have them and I wanted to own them anyways. Then we have The Stranger by Katharina Vermette. And this one is the follow-up to The Break. I believe so. I think it is. So anyway, I'm not sure that it's connected in the same world or a sequel, but I really enjoyed The Break. So I definitely want to read The Strangers, and I think it's gonna be sad again, but an important read. So I definitely wanted to own it. You know, reading more Indigenous author, as we all should. By the way, yeah, if you do want to read more Indigenous authors, Katharina Vermette, really good. I like The Break. Oh, like if I can recommend anything, would be The Break. You should read it, it's really good. And then the last one that I got is Iron Widow by Siran J. Chow. Siran J. Chow. I apologize for butchering the name. The worst is that I follow her on TikTok, so I really should have like heard her say her own name. I feel like a couple of times already. I should have gotten it, but I apologize. So yes, I finally got this. I'm so excited. Like, it's a fantasy book that I've been meaning to read for super long. So I'm really happy that I finally got it. I think the 3 that have potential to be read anytime soon would be these 3. The Stranger, Iron Widow, is it? Yeah, Iron Widow and Anna Thalberg. Potentially I could read one of these 3 in the next couple of months, depending on my mood, right? Like if I feel more like multi-generational saga, fantasy, or like a short witch trial kind of book that's translated. I think, yes, because I do have those moods. It's very weird. I do have those specific moods. So it could happen. It could happen. But the rest I'll box up, and like whichever, if I don't really feel anytime soon that I'm gonna get to them, I'll box them up anyways. The last books that I'm keeping with like not in a box are ones that are my 24 priority for 2025. I'll pick February 1st, I'll do my picks, maybe even like January 31st, honestly. And like, I have no idea when I'm gonna post this vlog, hopefully in February, so there's like one video. But yes, I think I'm gonna do that. And yes, I think I'll keep those 2 out, and hopefully by March, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a special box just of those so that I'm able to like pick at them again in March when I get to like pick the next 2 priorities. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe I have to skip a month. Well, who knows? Who knows? I don't know, which is why I'm stressed. I have no idea what's gonna happen in the next few weeks and months. I have some idea, but not the exact schedule of it. And that is the most stressful part for me, because I like to plan and I can't. So yes, that's happening. So anyways, I'll leave you on that. And again, I'll update you if I do any kind of progress in my reading. I'll keep you updated. Bye. So, we're a day later, I think, from my last update. And I think I'm gonna end my vlog today, just because it's gonna be really long already. And then I know I won't film much the next few days because I'll finish Pat Cake, I'm picking up my parents at the airport, I'm, you know, just doing a lot of chores that I have to do in the house, cleaning and everything. But before I end it, I wanted to share that I actually left all the books that weren't like taken by the used bookstore where I got my credit, you know, for the other books. I left them in a little free library that's like inside a mall, just because, you know, winter here and like we've had a lot of like snowstorms and everything. So I thought it'd be best, especially because I had a lot of book, and that one is also like really big. So I went to leave it, and I don't usually find things in little free libraries that I haven't read. Like, it happens, but I'm very selective with the ones that I take, mostly because I feel like free little library, it's fun to just like leave it for people who might want it more than me, for example, because I do have a big physical TBR. But I couldn't resist because I saw this. It's A Tyranny of Petticoats, and it's edited by Jessica Spotswood. This is old. This is 2016, and oh man, I remember when it came out. I was so interested. So it's short stories. It's 15 short stories. It says of belles, bank robbers, and other badass girls, and I think it's so cute. And I love that it's like kind of different genre. So it's like marriage proposals, murders, monsters, mediums, ghosts, and it's like it has such a variety, I think, of like storytellings. And also there's authors there that I really like their writing. For example, Y.S. Lee, there's Marissa Mayer, Mary Lou, Elizabeth Wayne. So yes, I really wanted to. I couldn't resist. I'm like, well, you know, I am giving like 20 something books to that free little library. I might as well pick one for me. And yeah, that one really called my attention. So I'm happy I got it. And because I'm boxing up all my books, this is going in a box, which is why I'm doing this video now. And like I'm doing, I think, 1 or 2 last box, and then all my books are packed, which is so sad, except for these 4. So I will have to embrace the audiobook even more for the next month or 2 months at least. But because I do, like, one of my reading goals was to prioritize my physical TBR, I decided that I'll pick out at random. You know, I have like 24 books. I pick them at random. I have to read 2 of those in the list per month. So I decided to pick for February and March, because that's for sure in March my books are still in boxes and everything, so I'm not gonna have access to them. And we'll see for after, maybe I have to skip a month, we'll see how it goes, but I will put all these books in one specific box that hopefully I can like indicate it right, so if ever I need to like open it up again for like April, well then I'll be able to, but we'll see. For now I picked for February and March. So for February, the 2 that I picked are Matrix by Lauren Groff and The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. And then for March, I have Her Body Among Animals by Paola Ferrante, which is a short story collection. And then I have 10 minutes 38 seconds in The Strange World by Elif Shafak. So yes, I think I'll end this vlog on this. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you stay safe, hydrate yourself. Remember, reading is political. And on that note, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Necesita GPS para saber pa' dónde voy. Yo tengo lo mío, yeah. No estoy pendiente a lo que tú estás haciendo.